Once upon a time in the kingdom of motion, where everything was in constant flux, lived a young inventor named Asha. She was known far and wide for her incredible gadgets that could harness the power of movement. But one day, she faced a daunting challenge. Her greatest invention, a magnificent flying machine, refused to lift off the ground. As Asha scratched her head in frustration, an old, wise traveler named Sir Isaac appeared before her. Clad in a cloak of stars, he had a twinkle in his eye. "Worry not, young inventor," he said with a smile. "What you seek lies in understanding the very essence of motion, force." Sir Isaac sat down on a nearby rock and began his tale. "Imagine, dear Asha, that every object in our kingdom is like a character in a grand play. They each have their own desires. Some want to stay still, while others yearn to move. This desire is governed by a magical force." He painted a picture of two friends, Rest and Motion. Rest loved to relax, while Motion thrived on adventure. If nothing disturbs them, Rest will remain still, and Motion will glide freely, he explained. But when a force, a push or a pull, enters the scene, everything changes. "Picture this," Sir Isaac continued. "You have a heavy boulder and a feather. If you push the boulder with all your might, it's still hard to move, isn't it? That's because it has a lot of inertia, the tendency to resist change. But the feather? A gentle breeze can send it flying." Asha's eyes lit up. "So the amount of force needed depends on the object's mass." "Exactly," Sir Isaac nodded. "And force has its own unit called newtons, named after yours truly." He chuckled. As they wandered through the kingdom, Sir Isaac revealed more about forces at play. There are contact forces, like when you kick a ball, and non-contact forces, like the invisible pull of gravity. It's as if every object is connected by invisible threads, pulling and pushing one another. He recounted tales of brave knights using their strength to push carts and clever sorcerers who could summon the wind to propel their ships. Every time you see something move, remember, it's a dance of forces at work. With newfound knowledge, Asha returned to her flying machine. She realized she needed to calculate the force required to lift it off the ground. She measured its mass and applied her strongest push, imagining the forces colliding in a grand battle. As she adjusted the design and harnessed the wind's force, the machine shuddered and finally soared into the sky. Asha laughed with joy, her heart soaring higher than her creation. As the sun set over the kingdom of motion, Asha thanked Sir Isaac for his wisdom. "Understanding force has transformed my invention and my view of the world," she said. Sir Isaac smiled and replied, "Remember, dear Asha, the world is a tapestry woven from the threads of forces. Each push and pull tells a story, your story, the story of motion, and the story of our universe." And so, Asha became a master of forces, inventing wonders that inspired generations to come, forever exploring the enchanting kingdom of motion.